My amplified unit, salute. BC had a little bit of time on this early Tuesday evening, and I said, you know what? I want to thank my amplified unit for 3 incredible back-to-back-to-back live streams, starting Saturday night with the live watch-along for Survivor Series, right into last night, covering the Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns turmoil that has sparked up in the last 48 hours, right into the Raw preview, and then earlier today with the Raw review, and every topic in between that has any relevancy in the pro wrestling world. We, together, crush that son of a bitch right out of the ballpark. You ain't even gonna find that ball. And that's not just BC that made all of that happen. That was my amp unit. That was all of you guys, my tried and trues, my new subs. We all came together and we just rocked out better than anybody else in this community this past weekend. So BC had some time on this early Tuesday evening, and I said, I want to give my unit some bonus amplification. I want to show my thanks, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So to my amp unit, again, salute, much love and respect. Thank you for an incredible weekend and another incredible month as November winds down. Salute. Now that's the good news, right? We're going to get some bonus amplification. Now here's the bad news, or at least the not so great news. It's a little bit of a heavier, kind of a sad topic. It's a little bit of a heartbreaker. I know, we don't like to get too sentimental on the channel, but sometimes it's okay to just feel bad for somebody, you know? If they need help, you want them to know that they can reach out that hand and somebody will be there to grab it, right? And in this case, we're talking about Road Dogg, Brian James, Jesse James, James Danielson, whatever the fuck this guy calls himself today. We'll just call him Doggy Dog, the Road Dogg. That's who we're talking about today, because this guy continues to say really, really stupid shit. Now, it's the pro wrestling world, right? And in the pro wrestling community, a lot of people say a lot of stupid shit pretty consistently. But lately, there's been one dude who's overshadowing everybody else when it comes to stupidity. And that's Road Dogg. I mean, he tends to try to have fun with it when he says something stupid, which is so damn often. So he says, oh, here it goes. Looks like I'm going to piss off the internet again today. But what has happened, and where this has taken a drastic turn, is that he's no longer pissing the internet off. He's just making the wrestling community concerned. The wrestling world has become alarmed with the stupidity of Road Dogg. I mean, the shit is so stupid that people are concerned for his well-being. They're thinking something must be wrong. I mean, there's trolling, but then there's just like, it's back to back to back to back to back. Like, it's just all stupid. Like, he really... Can Road Dogg be that dumb when it comes to pro wrestling? That's what it's reached. I mean, just a couple of weeks ago when he said that Bret the Hitman Hart, for those of you wondering. I mean, if you're a little younger of a fan and you don't know too much about Bret the Hitman Hart, please do your research. Go back into the annals of the history books. But I'll tell you a little bit about Bret Hart. Bret Hart he became a legend. He is phenomenal in nearly everybody's eyes because the dude is one of the best professional wrestlers to ever grace the squared circle. And I'm not even just saying his moves. Technically, obviously one of the best. But when he delivered promos, a lot of criticism he gets is, oh, he was never that charismatic. His personality was rather dull, and somehow he gets linked up with Lance Storm. And are you fucking kidding? Bret Hart's promos were always the utmost in realistic. You believed everything Bret was saying because I truly believe Bret Hart was wearing every emotion on his sleeve. Bret Hart, you believed that he needed to beat Shawn Michaels every time he faced him. Because he truly had disdain for Michaels. You believed it because that's real life. And every time they faced each other, their feuds, their storylines were immaculate. Team Hart, Team Canada. You guys remember when Bret was full Canada in that heel turn. against Team USA and the Patriot. And that was fun. That was captivating because you felt that Bret totally had the disdain for the fans that he felt turn their backs on him. And you saw it in his mannerisms, facial expressions, every word he spoke. You believed it. You believed it because the realism was next level. Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog, a family feud for the IC title at SummerSlam many moons ago. You believed every moment of that story. A, because it's very real. That's family. And B, because you believed Bret had to beat the British Bulldog. He had to keep that family legacy, to keep him at the head of the table, making Stu proud. And he came up short, and you go back, I still remember to this day, Bret Hart sitting on his ass in the ring, elbows on his knees, like, how the fuck did I let that happen? Every time Bret Hart would lose a match, you felt it through you. The power he had in his face alone. The power he had in what he did, how he carried himself. Everything Bret Hart did, immaculate. And Road Dogg says, Bret was never a great wrestler. In fact, I was a better sports entertainer, I feel. He was a better sports entertainer, and Bret was never even a great First of all, Bret wasn't just a great wrestler. Bret was a phenomenal wrestler, another level above great. So Road Dogg right there, he's got to get his fucking dome piece checked. Maybe he was dropped on his dome piece a couple, 2-3 times too many, as a kid or in the ring, but he's got to get that checked out. And then to say you were a better sports entertainer, why? Because you grabbed the mic and said, oh, you didn't know? Every single fucking town for 3 or 4 years in a row because you were lucky enough to be put into DX. Because that's the truth. You were fortunate enough to find yourself into DX where you could say your stupid lie. Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody. And you wore that shit out till this very day, didn't you? Because after that, you were never relevant again, right? So let's be honest. I mean, again, I hate it pains. See, I just got a pain right here, man. It's not a heart attack. It pains me to say what I'm about to say, but I have to keep it real, right? I have to keep it truthful. I mean, if somebody's going to say stupid shit to this magnitude, well, Bret Hart's not going to say all this shit in an hour-long spiel. BC will be the guy to do it. See, without DX, you still would have just been known as Jeff Jarrett's bitch. I know that stings. You would have just still been in a dive bar somewhere singing, alone with my baby tonight. You know you got my baby wrapped around your little finger. I'm gonna be with her. Cause I can't wait to be alone with my baby tonight. Right? That was your claim to fame. You got a lease on life when you got put into DX. And you carried yourself, you and Billy Gunn, no doubt. Salute. Right? We all did it with you when we showed up. You didn't know. There's but a calls. And we all did the shit. Okay, good job, man. What the fuck did you do after that? Not a lot. Tells you something, doesn't it? In the entertainment business, we call them one-hit wonders. One-hit wonders. You can have it in music. You get that one single and you never make another single. You have one good movie and you're never heard from again. You have one good television show roll and then fucking after it's canceled in 4 or 5 years, you're never heard from again. You're trying, though. You come out with 12 more shows. Nobody even hears about them. So all of a sudden, you get this one lucky gig. You get over because of it, because you're in there with Shawn Michaels and Triple H. You got fucking the ninth wonder of the world. You got China with you there. Of course. It works. That's great, man. And then all these years later, you turn around and the people that were helping to put that company on their back, people like Bret Hart, all of a sudden, he's not even a great wrestler. All of a sudden, you're so much of a better sports entertainer than he was. Bullshit, bitch. I'll believe anything Bret Hart is doing way before you, bruh. Way before, and I know I'm not the only one. Because you could do some cute catchphrases does not make you better than Bret the Hitman Hart. And by the way, yet again, let me just say this, because for stupid people, you gotta say it louder for those in the back. I'm not even talking about his in-ring skills. I'm just talking about sports entertainment. believing in what we're watching, being invested into it. I'll tell you, 24, top of my dome piece, I'll give you 24 Bret Hart matches that I was not only looking forward to going into the pay-per-views or the big matches, but I needed to see the culmination. I had to see the climax of said feud or storyline. 24 at least. I cannot tell you one fucking Jesse James match, Brian James Road Dogg match. I can't tell you fucking one that I would ever even go back to watch again. I can't. There must have been some good tag matches, I guess. I don't know many one-on-ones, but maybe there was some. The problem is I just don't remember them. So there must be a reason why I never cared to go back and watch a Brian James Road Dogg match. The only memory I have of Brian James, to be honest, and again, this hurts. I don't want to say this. You think I want to be this much of an asshole? No. But somebody's got to be. Somebody's got to say it like it is. I mean, who better than BC? Who better than BC? Anybody remember Canyon? But I can't remember. The one memory that I have of Road Dogg, he was being put in a dumpster and being shoved off the side. Or maybe he put somebody in the dumpster. No, I think it was Mick Foley and Terry Funk, maybe. Or did they put him? I don't even remember. I just remember he was involved with a dumpster. That kind of tells you a lot about Road Dogg's career. What? I'm the asshole now? Hey, what it's gotta be, it's gotta be. But when you say something like Bret Hart's not a great wrestler and I'm a better sports entertainer, that's a type of stupid comment that's gonna get people alarmed. And people got upset, and he goes, oh no, just my opinion upsetted the wrestling community. The wrestling internet world is now upset with me. It's more than just upset. We were alarmed. We're concerned. Like, is everything okay? Is this a cry for help? Are you reaching out your hand and you're trying to get noticed by saying stupid shit and hoping that somebody says, damn, somebody should check on Road Dogg? And then it was doubled down, right? Just recently, Road Dogg talking about Austin Theory. And if you don't mind, I would actually like to pull this up verbatim, because this is one of those things where you have to listen to this word for word because it doesn't make sense. And I guess that's Road Dogg these days. But he literally, he's not making sense. He's contradicting himself. Listen to what he says about Austin Theory. And this is a quote by Road Dogg. If you think about Austin Theory working on TV a bunch, having great matches, but hadn't won any of them, I don't think about that. This is where I'm going to anger more people with, is Austin Theory is putting on some, as the kids say, bangers. Don't you get over by having great matches? If wrestling is so good, so profitable and marketable, then why isn't his ability to wrestle greatly getting him over? I would argue that it is getting him over. The kid is a stud athlete, good looking, and can go. Sure, he's losing some matches. So has Seth Rollins. So has everybody. Get mad at me, internet. His character is getting established, and he's going to put on great wrestling matches. What the fuck is this guy saying? Which is it? Wait a second. Theory is... You literally just said... This is where I'm going to anger more people. Theory is putting on some, as the kids would say, bangers. Don't you get over by having great matches? Well, no. If everybody got over by having just great matches, I mean, they would be selling merchandise through the fucking roof. Are you kidding me? Everybody would be sporting the Bret Hart sunglasses. Or maybe your little fucking, oh, you didn't know? With the DX logo. Thank you, DX. You should be thanking DX for fucking everything, Rhodey. But if that's the case, wrestling isn't good. Ricochet's not, Ali's not fucking, Penta's not selling merchandise through the fucking roof. No. We go, ooh, we chant, this is awesome. This is awesome. And then we go, fight forever. Fight for, holy shit. Right? And then we go online and we go, what a banger. And then we forget about it. That's not getting over. Having great wrestling matches is just a part of it. Isn't that literally what you just said about Bret Hart? After saying he's not even a great wrestler, but you said it takes more than the wrestling. That's why I'm a better sports entertainer. And by the way, again, no, you're not. Bret Hart was. But now all of a sudden you're saying, well, you just have to have the great matches. And then he says if wrestling is so good, profitable, and marketable, then why isn't his ability to wrestle really getting him over? And then he changes his mind. He goes, I would argue that it is getting him over. So his ability to wrestle greatly is getting him over. But he's been wrestling really good. He's been wrestling absolutely just fine. Since he's gotten to the main roster, he's been having really good matches. He's lost every single one of them. That's the problem. He had only won at one point 5 matches out of 50. Right? That, by definition of wrestling terms, that's literally buried. I know for a while after the Money in the Bank botch, all the fans were arguing if he was buried or not. It doesn't matter what we think. The wrestling term for buried is losing so many matches that your stock goes down. That's what happened to Theory, guys. It doesn't matter if a reset was in the making or not. It doesn't matter if he can resurrect better than ever before. He was still in the process, and eventually with the botch of Money in the Bank, that's a burial. By terms of wrestling definition. So it doesn't matter what we think. Now, if you have a reset planned and you're going to help the dude, then it's going to be much easier to dig out of the burial. So far, he has not fully done that. They're piping in crowd noise, they're putting in actual fans from other events and they're giving them muted timestamps. So in reactions that happen right after somebody wins, they're putting that on a 20-second delay as if people are shocked 20 seconds after the match had ended. That's just what happened at Survivor Series. Go back and check out the shocked expressions 20 seconds after Theory won the title. That's expressions we didn't even see when The Undertaker lost his winning streak. We didn't even see those type of shocked but we're that shocked for Theory? Now listen to the booed-in, piped-in noise the past couple of weeks. This is Triple H knowing he fucked up, and Triple H is trying to do everything he can production-wise to trick everybody into thinking that this is organic heel heat that he's getting. These boos are very organic. No, they're very manufactured. It's going to take him a while to truly dig out of the burial that he was put in by Vince McMahon and Triple H, because even when McMahon gave him the briefcase, the losing streak was already on the way. And then they just kept adding in the L's, and then all of it was for what, Road Dogg? All of it was for this reset that was done the way it was done. You totally botched and ruined any prestige for Money in the Bank for fans like BC and so many others. The prestige for Money in the Bank is fucking done. How can we ever look at it the same? He cashed in on a Monday Night Raw for a mid-card title during an open challenge and failed on top of that. We're not going to forget that. Austin Theory came about as an embarrassing fucking clown on that night. We're not just going to forget that because his resetted character put the cell phone down and he's a little more mean now. He's a temper tantrum Theory. He's got a little bit of an edge to him. Wow, what a reset. Thank goodness we ruined Money in the Bank, the prestige. Thank goodness we embarrassed the shit out of Austin Theory. And we had him lose just to win the same fucking title 2 weeks later. You're telling me all of that needed to be done just to get the Austin Theory that we have today? Are you really telling me that, Road Dogg? Road Dogg says, sure, he's losing some matches. So has Seth Rollins. So has everybody. Get mad at me, Internet. So Road Dogg is saying that wins and losses don't matter. Sure, he lost some matches. Some. He was 5 of 50 at one point. Well, 1.4 of 50, actually. That was the actual call. 4 of 50. That's... What the fuck? Are you that... Is there anything up there, Road Dogg? You honestly can't see how people like BC cannot take the dude fucking seriously or look at him as an actual threat or give a fuck about him after he loses 45 of 50 matches? And he's running away from Bobby Lashley last week with the new resetted character. And he got the cheap victory after Lashley speared Seth Rollins at Survivor Series and then just sweeped in there last second and got the cheap victory that the old Austin Theory always used to do. And then this past Monday, last night, Rollins challenges him to a fight. He says, I will, but on the champ's time. And I'm not your damn kid. And he runs off. He walks off. This is the same Theory we've always gotten. How is this a fucking reset, bro? And then you got the nerve to say that the wins and losses don't matter. Get mad at me, Internet. he's a stud. We all see something special in the dude. We're saying what happened to him over the last several months, and especially a few weeks ago with that major epic botch for the cash-in. That didn't need to happen, and it should have never happened, and it hurt him. You could have resetted him a billion different fucking ways. You didn't have to do much to get this new version of him, but you chose to absolutely fucking deconstruct him just to get a little bit more of an edge. Wow. Thank goodness you're not running your own promotion, man. I don't know if you would get 4 people watching. Your own family would not watch that shit. You could pray to the Lord Almighty, and I don't even think he'd show up to watch your shit. You're speaking in circles like your good buddy, man of 3 H's. You say a lot of shit, and nothing of substance is coming out. Every time you speak, I feel like giving you some toilet paper to wipe that shit up. The Bret Hart was one thing. That got people kind of alarmed. Hearing you say that wins and losses don't matter, and talking in circles about if great wrestling is enough to get over, of course it is, when you just said about Bret and so many others that it's more than that. People are getting concerned, Road Dogg. Is everything good? Do you need help with anything? Is this a cryptic way where subconsciously you're saying so much stupid shit just to see if somebody will reach a lending hand, check up on you? Well, this is us. We're checking up on you. Is everything good, man? I mean, are you just waking up every morning just to piss off the internet, just to see how far you can go? Or do you really need help? I don't know, but the stupid shit you're saying is kind of mounting up. I mean, I refuse to believe that you're that stupid when it comes to the topic of professional wrestling. Again, I know you really didn't make that much of yourself outside of DX, but at least you were something for some years. Matters a little bit, right? Anyway, it pains me to make this. It really does. I hope the best for Road Dogg. Salute, man. I hope you can really find your inner peace, and really just connect with what you're talking about. Really understand the business a little bit more. Maybe do that. Your ego kind of got a little big, and then the DX thing made you think that you were really larger than life, bigger than Bret the Hitman Hart somehow. Wins and losses don't matter. All right, man. If wins and losses don't matter, then Brooklyn Brawler should be Hulk Hogan status these days, Steve Austin status. Brooklyn Brawler got more TV time than anybody back in the day. He wrestled nearly every show. If you're a younger fan, Brooklyn Brawler is where the term jobber really got taken into effect, man. Brooklyn Brawler was the mayor of Jobberville. He would just show up, he would be on every show, and he would lose every single show. There were some shows he actually lost multiple times in a night. And that's what the Brooklyn Brawler did. That's why nobody ever took him seriously. When you saw the Brooklyn Brawler, you knew he was going to lose. Because wins and losses mattered even back then, right? You knew that that doesn't happen. Right? If the Brooklyn Brawler, he got more TV time than anybody. Of course it matters. Razor Ramon, when he got beat by the 1-2-3 Kid, it was so fucking epic because Ramon didn't lose that much. Ramon was the shit, and when he lost to this fucking jobber kid, that set the wrestling world ablaze. These days, everybody is 50-50 booked into irrelevancy. AJ Styles can win a match and then lose 4 in a row, one of the best wrestlers in the world. Then he'll come back, win 2 matches, and then he'll lose 7 in a row. And then you wonder why fans don't look at AJ the way we used to, and he's still one of the best wrestlers in the world. I can't say that loud enough. It's a shame that we have to not have that same feeling when AJ Styles steps out the curtain. He's been botched booking-wise, Road Dogg. Please, Road Dogg, tell me you understand this, man. Tell me you understand that the way people are booked greatly affects how they're perceived by the audience. You just can't manufacture people getting over. Wins and losses are a big part of it because we can subconsciously believe that you are worth the time. I hope this makes sense, Road Dogg. But as of late, I don't know with you. Again, you're not just pissing the internet off anymore. You're really concerning them. And it's alarming. So this is like a check-in. This is a check-in for Road Dogg. We're hoping everything is okay, Road Dogg. I think the best course of action would be for a family member or a long-lost cousin, right? Some type of family member or a friend or a neighbor, a nearby neighbor. Somebody take your interweb machine away. Take your 140 characters away. I don't know if I know you're an adult, but maybe we can call it a timeout and just recollect yourself, right? Recollect yourself. Relax. Deep breath, Road Dogg. There you go, man. Relax. Relax. You're concerning people with your stupidity. And it's really bad, and it's getting worse. Let's relax, man. All right? You got this, Road Dogg. We believe in you, man. Okay? All right. Good deal. My amplified unit. That's what I got for you on this bonus amplification. A little check-in with the Road Dogg. To my amplified unit, till next time, top guy, I am out. BC saying, think, be, live, amplified. Red team, go! BC signing off. Check you. Salud!